Hey, you absolute legends. We're at the beautiful Make Believe Studios, and I have a knife.
Whoa!
So what's going on today?
Well, he's got a knife, but more importantly, I've got a box that needs opened.
Okay, so inside of this box is something that you have been waiting your whole life for.
I have. I've been chasing this sound for literally decades.
Okay, so let me ask some questions before we start opening this box.
Yes.
Does this box have a box inside of this box?
The box has a box inside of that box.
Okay, is it unopened? Has it ever been opened before?
Oh, it's been opened.
Okay,
Yeah,
so this isn't new in box.
Oh, no.
It's just new to
It's
you.
new to me, but it's in its original box.
In its original box.
Which, anything of that vintage in its original box is completely insane. This is a 44-year-old device in here.
Okay, so we're going to do one of those things where it goes all fast and there's probably a little bit of music, and Aaron's going to try very hard not to stab himself. So we now have this box open, and the first thing I see is that Orlex.
You got to wonder, like, who packs their stuff in this? You know, obviously people who've went through this on their walls and realized this doesn't really do anything and just kind of like wanted to get rid
I'm
of
pretty
it.
sure this is like 44-year-old Orlex. But for the price that you paid for this,
Smells pretty good, actually.
oh yeah,
Man, that smell good as hell, dog.
they burned some incense wherever this came from. The price you paid for this, you deserve the Orlex.
Oh, I do. I deserve anything I can get out of this.
Okay, so at this point, how long did it take to get here?
You know, pretty quick.
Should we both grab a side?
Yeah, we probably should. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's about as big as I would expect it to be.
That's what she said.
Okay, so are we doing another little fast forward thing while we try not to stab ourselves?
All right. I'll go careful. So this showed up yesterday around 6 o'clock.
And I made him wait.
Yeah, I was like, Rick, I can't wait for this. I need to. But you know what? It's all worth it now that I. Oh my gosh.
So let's spin this around. This one looks a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
What does that say, everyone?
Rhythm Composer, computer controlled, TR-808 from the Roland Corporation. Made in Japan.
So it looks like we got a piece of tape up here. Let's grab that knife.
Okay, that piece of tape actually looks original.
No.
I mean, it looks like it's been retaped
This,
on there.
yeah, this is original.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave this new piece of tape on there in hopes to not tear any of the
All right. Yeah. Is there an easier path to get it, or is that?
Yeah, no, that's the way.
Okay.
The other piece of tape is like original.
That is the way. All right. Well, you know what? I will allow
Here.
you to do the honors.
Okay,
Just don't mess it up, Rick.
I will try.
Don't cut your fingers off either. You need those for mixing.
Yeah, I need my mixy fingers. This, I mean,
I think it's just kind of like,
yeah.
just kind of do one of these. Oh, look at the dust like kind of puff up a little bit.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, here we go. All right, now this is where it might either just be a brick or it might be like the greatest drum machine ever created. Well, I guess I'll do this so we can get a little more reveal this way. All right, so there's the box. Nice little pile of bubble wrap we got going on here. There's little styrofoam end pieces.
These ones smell.
Listen. You smell something?
Not too bad, but
Yeah, I mean, they don't smell like the Orlex by any means.
no. All right.
Oh, look at
Look at
this.
Manuals, all the original stuff in their bags. I mean,
Dang, we got an audio cable. We were worried. Look, we got our own because we thought we needed one to plug it in, but it came prepared with a Roland branded audio cable.
yeah.
And we've got a patch book. So we were curious on what we should program into this thing, but it's been decided for us because we're going to program whatever this patch book says.
Oh man.
So let me get this master out.
Okay, master out. And I suppose it probably helps me plug it in. Plug it in.
Yeah, that'll help. We're just going to plug it in too.
And that way, if it like starts to shoot out sparks or something, at least we got it on camera. Oh boy, and now let's see what happens if I push this button here. We got lights.
We got lights. We gotta throw it in the 3.
Yep, we got to throw it in 3 because we love 4-4.
Yeah, we're in America.
You're in America, okay? Greatest country on the planet.
Gosh darn it.
So if we're in pattern right here on first part, we press start, you should be able to just start going through the instruments, right?
Absolutely, yep.
So we'll take you back to the bass drum.
That's a good one to start with.
Or do you want to start with your accents?
Let's start with the bass drum. Right.
Boom. So you can just start programming a bass drum.
All right, now we could do like the talking head, stop making sense. Which is a pretty basic like thing, then it goes into like the full, okay. But that's a pretty good thing to start with. I feel like with any 808 thing, right? We like the kicks on the 1, the 5, the 9, and it's upside down. I can't read 13. And then we can start with something else like that first. We can go to like cymbals. We can just basically like close hats.
Oh, it didn't do it.
All the way across. It didn't do it? Oh, man.
No, these old buttons.
Yeah, I guess. I'm so used to like, various clones and stuff. There we go.
Okay, so which one did you just program there? The open hat?
That's the open hat, yes.
Okay.
And then what do you think we should do next? Should we do some claps?
Yeah, let's do some claps.
Of course, we could have just pressed them on the 1 and the 9 there. But, it's kind of fun just to actually use the tap button. I mean, we got it, right?
Okay, so tap in some toms. Here's some...
Tap in some toms.
Okay, so let's put some accent on it now.
I can just type the accents in. We don't need to... Yeah, now we got that groove.
It's bumping.
It sounds like an 808.
What makes the 808 a classic to you? And I know that there's the sound, and there's lots of people who believe that the 808 sounds classic and it's used in lots of classic music. But clearly, watching you use this thing, even upside down, there's a workflow to this that is fun and quick. And what about this is so attractive to a dude like you?
Well, that's a tough question, Rick. At this point in time, the 808's a big part of like the pop culture lexicon. I mean, we hear it name-checked to this day in popular music, mostly in hip-hop. I feel like the first time that I ever heard an 808, or at least I believe what are samples of an 808, is in Nine Inch Nails' Down In It. The opening line of that is very 808. Trent Reznor has said that he's used samples for that for Pretty Hate Machine. And then you hear it in like the Stop Making Sense version of Psycho Killer, and then you're like, hey, wait, that's the same instrument. And then you realize that, what the hip-hop world has known all along, it's more than just a sound. You can sample a sound. You can detune a sound, you can do whatever, but it really is an instrument. When you see like people like Egyptian Lover using an 808, they're using it. They're using it as an instrument. They're using it like Eric Clapton's going to use like a Stratocaster. It's not just like, here's a sound or something. It's like, here's an instrument that I can create stuff on. When you watch people who are skilled in working on this machine like that, the ease of which you come up with like these fun electro type tracks is just kind of unparalleled, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems very, very infectious and very easy to dance along to.
Very.
I will say, one thing that I love about this machine, and I don't know if everyone knows this at home, but this is truly an analog device.
Yeah.
There are no samples going on in here, like a lot of other Roland machines that came out after this, which share some analog features and some sampling features and stuff like that. But this thing itself, these are all fully analog circuits.
Yeah, now you do have a microprocessor that's controlling all that.
Yes.
Which is fairly primitive by today's standards. So when you get into like a lot of the clones and stuff, you have additional features or upgraded like that, so they're a little more modernized. There's certainly a clunkiness to like how an original 808 or an original 303 programs. But part of that is like how you get the weird machine groove out of what that thing does.
Yeah, I will say that the 808 definitely feels easier to program and wrap your head around, though, than a 303.
Yeah. If you had to like program like your steps and then the instruments and then for each individual instrument, you would never get anywhere with an 808.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fun tricks that even I, as like a pretty novice weekend warrior sort of 808 user, and I don't have this. I have the TR-08 from Roland, which is like the smaller version. But being able to set up like just a 4 on the floor kick drum pattern for when you throw it to B, so you can go between your actual track and then. There's like lots of fun things that you can do to play this as an actual instrument live. You can drop things out. You can start adding accents to change the groove. Is this something that will just be going in the collection, or do you think you're ever going to play this live?
Well, I don't know about live. I've brought a lot of fun instruments live. I've brought small modular rigs live. I've brought my Oberheim OBX8 live and my ARP 2600 live. This isn't like nothing about my collection's a museum. I mean, I know there's like YouTube comments like tragic museum. This is all stuff that I use, so I will absolutely use it for recording music and record. I've got a few projects going on now that I've been kind of like really pulling out my clones for and hammering away at. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm ever going to get the real thing, like now's the time to do it.
Yes.
And again, it's like to me it comes down to more than just the iconic status. It comes down to more than just it's an 808 kick sound or something. It's an instrument. It's like having the instrument to use in its purest, most base form.
And there's a whole other side to this as well, which is something we've talked a little bit about, but this is probably one of the best investments that I think someone could make right now. As you said, it's become not investments as far as the whole world are gold, but when it comes to audio equipment, vintage audio equipment, the 808 really has become part of the fabric of a lot of different cultures out there. Hip hop, dance music, a lot of people pay tons of respect to the 808, much more than you're going to see people giving respect to like a old Studer tape machine or something like that, which made a lot of music.
Like you don't see albums called like Studer and Heartbreaks or something.
A827 or something like that. I
mean, I hate the word investment. 'Cause I don't see it as like, ooh, if I buy one now, I can sell it, for like twice as much if I hold on to it for a few years. But I've passed up buying so many of these things back when they were like routinely like $2,000, routinely like $3,000, and then it's like, the price isn't going down anytime soon. So if I'm going to get an original, kind of now's the time to do it.
Absolutely.
Or wait until you're incredibly lucky and get one for like $50 at a garage sale from somebody who has no idea what they have.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen every day.
You can't bet on that.
And how I feel about it is no one should feel ashamed about looking at something like this as an investment. If you're going to use this and make music with it, how much money have you spent on clones for something like this?
I spent a lot on clones.
Yeah, to finally end up here with what I would consider a holy grail.
So I suppose the takeaway is just buy the original from the beginning. You'll save a lot of money. Got the Roland little logo on the side.
Yep, the original.
Man.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you with your purchase, with the way that everything came?
Well, I mean, again, as somebody who's bought way more clone parts and full working clones and modules and stuff inspired by and sequencers inspired by the 808, it is pretty incredible to have the original, especially one in this good condition with like the original, like being able to actually like look at the books. I mean, how many of these are still floating out there with their original box and like the original Roland cable in the bag? So to answer your question, pretty darn happy.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. We really appreciate it. And we're going through the room, and I'm just noticing something.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of stuff in here, but there's not like any of the classics. I'm not seeing any 808s. I'm not seeing any mini Moogs. What's going on?
It's right here, man.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. And if there's anything that you'd like for Aaron and I to talk about synthesizer-wise, please let us know, because we're going to be like making a lot more videos for you.
A lot more videos.
Talk to you soon.